Yes, Manchester United have lost by 2-1 against Arsenal in regular time, and then won the penalty shootout. So I make that. So I make that. So I make that 1-1 on aggregate today. So there's 2 games that were played today. Arsenal won one of them, and we won one of them, and a good run out for the lads. But you know, one of them, innit? We lost quite convincingly, really, in normal time. But yeah, how do you sum up that game, man?
I sum up the game. Listen, I thought United started well. I thought we started well for about the first 5 minutes or so. Then United grew into the game, looked very dangerous, and you got the goal. You know, Rasmus Højlund, he showed a lot of strength there.
But again, it's a young player that he won.
Yeah, and he kind of roughed up the player, man.
What's his name? Heaven.
Heaven, yeah.
To hell, bro. Send him from heaven to hell, man.
But to be fair,
rough him up, and then the keeper as well should have done way better.
The keeper should have done better as well. But to be fair, I was saying in our interviews, to be fair to both of them, they recovered really well after that. I was worried for them, man, because I was like, hey.
But he left the pitch though, so when you say recovered, like...
No, but they recovered well in the, you know, the way they were still confidently playing the ball out from the back and stuff like that. I thought it was really good. But then after that, it was all Arsenal. From then till the game finished, I thought the way we was popping the ball around, the patterns of play was really, really good to see from all the players, whether it was like youngsters coming in to senior players coming in. I thought we played really, really well today. I think we should have scored more goals, and you know, I think we deserve to win.
Absolutely.
And I was very, very happy with our performance. You know, I mean, these games, you know, so United, Arsenal, we want to win, you want to win, the rivalry. But really and truly, the most important thing I'm looking at is performance. And I saw that today. I saw a really good performance. And then there's some players that I'm particularly looking at.
Who surprised you?
Right, in Timber. I'm like, how's he going to be coming back from his injury? He looked aggressive today.
Yeah.
He
centre-back as well.
Yeah, and he played centre-back at Ajax before he came out. And he looked brilliant there. And then Jesus, I thought, was really good today as well. You know what I mean? Looked sharp, was causing nightmares to your defence.
And Odegaard just kept doing what he
and I thought, it was just a good performance all round by Arsenal. So, yeah, I was very happy with how we played.
Looking at Arsenal now, though, and what you're thinking about for next season, is there any player like Nelson as well? Is there anyone that you say the youngsters that, I don't even call Nelson a young. Is there anyone that you say that can now sneak into the first team proper?
Yeah, I think Ranieri's impressed over the last 2 games. You know what I mean? He's done really well. The Nelson one's interesting because he looked really electric today. And he did in the other game. He's quick.
I said, who's that you on the left? Who's doing that? Remember? When he was on the other side.
And you know why
I said, who's that?
Do you know why he said that? Do you know why he said that? Because I was looking at what we had on the wing, and we said, he's different. Whatever that kid's doing, we ain't got that right now.
And that's Reece Nelson. He's way off, like,
the only
being
thing
in the
Reece
first
Nelson, I think we're going to sell him. You know what I mean? And, you know, he's been heavily linked when he moved to Leicester, Palace.
He can offer something.
He's a very good player. Just sometimes, right, he needs a bit more end product. And I guess, you know, he's come to the stage now where he wants to be playing every week. You know what I mean? He's 24, I think he is now. He doesn't want to be just a bit part player in this Arsenal team. And he deserves to be playing because he is a very good player. So, but he was electric. And, just overall, it was good.
What about the Vieira kid as well? Was he wide as well?
Yeah, I don't like Fabio Vieira on the wide. I think he's not quick enough to play that position.
He's clever.
He's an attacking midfielder, and that's where you want to see him play.
He's clever though, because it's getting him behind. He was kind of
he's a good player.
Again, he did go up against the youngster, so we can't really totally judge him. But he's doing stuff that I thought was quite nice.
Again, it's a pre-season. You can't get carried away. But what I look for in a pre-season is how the team are playing, how sharp they look, and I saw that today, and I like that.
With us, I think there were concerns, like KG saying. I think after Rasmus Højlund went off and we lost our way completely, then Lenny Yoro goes off. Like, it's just the injuries, man. I haven't like.
Was Yoro injured?
He come off injured, and we saw him in training yesterday, and he didn't take part in the second part of training. He didn't do that, and we got told he trained today.
I
said,
couldn't believe.
And it's like
thought
he
should never have played.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
But there must have been a reason why they thought, he's good to go. But it's like, but you see him come off, and you think, is this going to be the same shit again? Where like we're making bad decisions. With like you said, he maybe shouldn't have played. We saw him a little bit. Like, what's happened? And he comes off after 20 odd minutes, and you're like, he probably shouldn't have been there.
Flex, I said he's not playing. I saw him walking around at the UCLA, at the base where they're at, and he didn't look right. And I goes, that doesn't. You spoke to him and said, what, precautionary, yeah? But the way he was walking and limping around, I thought, no way. And then for us, we can't risk losing centre backs, but you can tell that he's got some quality because I think there was a moment where Gabriel Jesus gets in behind, pressed him, and he does fix his work. So he's got that thing of can recover, which I like about him. But again, didn't get to play long enough to really test himself against them. But we saw some stuff there. I
think I thought of United today, right? You started well, but again, this is my observation. United fans, don't kill me, right? It's still just relying on too much on counter-attacking football rather than playing. You know what I mean? Like they did for about 15 minutes. Yeah. Then after that, it was just counter-attack again. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you guys can't do that this season. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't win you enough games.
That's the thing that we knew on tour. We literally said before we came out here, because we thought, let's be realistic about what we're going to see when we get out there. It was like, the style of play is not going to change. Like in that week. Oh no, of course it does in the long run. But you know, like like when we played up, we knew we weren't going to play Rangers, and we're going to think we knew we weren't going to play you, especially without a lot of our starters there, where Ten Hag wants to get them all in and say, right, we're going in this direction. Got to play some kids and all that. The team's changing 45 minutes. It weren't going to change. So in that respect, I knew we'd get licked in terms of once Arsenal started settling down, the same patterns were there. Even when the youths come on. The same patterns were there, and I said, that's it. Before the Jesus guy goes, they're going to score in a minute. They're going to score. You can see it. And the same when Martinelli came on, he's getting direct, he's getting in behind. The way you manipulate the ball and keep moving it. That's where I say I don't mind saying it. I'm honest with that. Like we're miles behind that. In terms of the patterns of play, I don't care about it's Arsenal. We are, bro. We are. Like it's just a fact. I'm not saying I'm not saying we can't get there. I'm not saying like we got. But the fact is the gap of how we play. We're miles behind that.
I'm gonna wait for the Mandem to proper return, so then I can make a full assessment of it. That's what I want to do because I hear what you're saying. When they do play, you can
even if
tell.
They played there today, we still would have played like that.
But again, that's what I'm saying. I'll wait. And then we can make us say, you know what, this is where we are. Because again, in a new season, what happened last season is not going to matter. And the boys, basically, we do need to see some real changes. The hardest part, the sad thing for me that I took away from the game is what I get from my wing. That's the part that I knew we didn't have, in terms of left back, right back going forward. I know we have issues there, but to not have wingers as well and then to see what
Ahmad was, you mean like once Anthony came on and like the depth in there?
Yeah, I'm just talking about, Rashford the other man them. I'm talking about the ones that I'm hoping to be part of it, who I don't think going to be a part of it, and I don't know if they're going to get sold.
We've got stuff to do. But listen, man, have a good season. Hopefully you bring it home.
I'm not getting carried away.
You know what I mean? Just keep it calm, you know.
I'm definitely not getting carried away because it's a friendly, right? It's a friendly. It's a friendly, you know what I mean? There's players playing there probably won't even be playing, you know what I mean? So there's players that we've got that not even here, you know what I mean? There's Sackers and people, so you can't get carried away. But it's just, listen, it's always good to beat United, and it's always good to see a performance. And I think it's a very good friendly for us to have, like, where you're really tested, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think the 2 games we've had in LA, we were tested. We were tested against Bournemouth, we're tested today, you know what I mean? And that's good. And I like what I've seen from Arsenal, so it was good. It was good. And there was more Arsenal fans in the stadium. I told you, innit? You was thinking the other day. I told you, man.
Don't like to listen, does he?
You don't like to listen to me, do you?
But we're still the biggest club in the world. Never get that twisted. We're still the biggest club in the world. The only reason why is because that's all it is. That's all it is. We just come back. We just keep coming back again and edge you man out.
When it comes to LA, we're Kendrick. You got Drake.